Has the Xbox Series X won over the media? With the PlayStation 5 and Xbox launching their next generation consoles, it's looking like more and more media types are choosing the Xbox Series X over the PlayStation 5. Let's get into the reasons why and how Xbox could continue the momentum they've built up. Hey everyone, thanks for stopping by and checking out the video. Remember to hit that subscribe button and that like button if you enjoyed the content. The support is truly greatly appreciated. So I'm sure a lot of you have seen this Kotaku article where the writer says he has surprisingly become an Xbox Series X user more than a PS5 user. In fact, here's what the article title says. Sorry PS5, Xbox Series X has unexpectedly become my preferred console. With a title like that, you can only imagine the crazy things that transpired on social media. Many people yelling at each other and others questioning why this had to be written. As for me, I actually became very intrigued because I wanted to know the reasoning behind this change. And most of all, I wanted to know if this was just some clickbait title to get people reading. And as I kept reading and continue to read past the title, which most people tend to have trouble doing, I realized that a lot of the reasons why this person has moved from the PlayStation 5 to the Xbox is exactly the reasons why most people I know personally have chose the Xbox over the other platform. Because let's be real for a second, the launch of this generation wasn't that great on both sides, but Sony did have the better exclusive titles come out. Not only better, but more intriguing titles that people were ready and willing to buy, which is something that the article mentions when the writer brings this up. I started this new generation of game consoles with the expectation that I would be playing most games on the PS5, like how I played most stuff on PS4 last gen, but nearly 5 months later, I'm spending most of my time on the Xbox Series X and now I feel bad, like I'm ignoring my PS5. After both machines arrived on November, I mostly played the PS5. I got Godfall and Miles Morales, I beat Astro's Playroom, I downloaded and played PS4 games like GTA Online and Red Dead Online. I had a good time, but over the last few months, things have changed. So I wanted to stop there because I had a very similar experience when I first got my next generation consoles. In the beginning, I only had the PS5, which turned out to be a blessing because I was able to play their exclusives first and kind of enjoy those without wanting to get back to my Xbox, because it took me a few weeks to get the Series X. But after I played Spider-Man Miles Morales, which is an amazing game, I started to look for other games to play, but never really wanted to play my multi-platform games on the PlayStation, because it's not my main ecosystem I enjoy. But I realized once I was done with the exclusive games, I didn't have anything else to really play on the system, because the exclusive games are the only games I truly care about when I play my PS5. Which seems to be the exact situation a lot of people are experiencing with this new systems, especially people that play a lot of games and are willing to play older games to fill in the gaps when there's a slow month or two in the gaming world with game releases. Here's what the article and the writer continues to say right here. In December, I got an Xbox Series X storage expansion card giving me an extra 1TB of next-gen space. This is very useful as it lets me download and install more next-gen titles. On PS5, there is still no way to expand SSD storage, limiting how many big games like Call of Duty you can install at once. I also began to download more Xbox 360 and Xbox One games that I owned and found they played great on the new machine. Game Pass began to add more games to my growing list of stuff to play. I also started taking advantage of the ability to bounce between my Xbox One, PC, and Xbox Series X, with some games letting me play anywhere, no save transferring needed. This is something I've seen a lot when it comes to Xbox and their ease of use ecosystem. People are able to transfer games from their Xbox One to their Xbox Series X. It's simple, it's easy, and it helps people continue to game without a hitch. Next up is the PC ecosystem and how Xbox has really taken advantage of the PC platform. He talks about Xbox and PC being connected and how he can choose to play his games where and when he wants to play them. That's something I've talked about extensively on this channel, and it's something I've used a lot of. And it would seem I'm not the only one, as the person who wrote this article had to say this. For example, Gears 5. I started replaying the game on Xbox One, then moved to PC, then moved to my Xbox Series X while my girlfriend played something on the PC, and then moved to xCloud on my phone when I wanted to play in my living room near our fireplace during a cold night, and it just worked. It didn't have to manage saves, installs, or anything. It was seamless. This also happened with Watch Dogs Legion. I started playing on Xbox One, Then I got my new console and booted the game up on Series X. All my progress, achievements, and saves were waiting for me. No fuss, no extra steps. Meanwhile, on PS5, I was able to move my saves over from Assassin's Creed Valhalla, but I didn't get all my trophies. I also accidentally downloaded the PS4 version the first time I went to install it, which was annoying and a waste of time. See, this to me is a huge reason why people are starting to choose the Xbox ecosystem over the PlayStation ecosystem. Now, I know a lot of people love the interface of Sony and how it works, but Xbox has put a lot of money into the user experience of Xbox and have invested a lot of money so that people can play games on their consoles and their PCs and wherever else. Not to mention xCloud and you being able to continue playing your games on the go with your mobile devices. And like the article mentions, this type of freedom and ease of use is just not on the PS5. In fact, the no expandable storage at launch is a huge miss and something I think a lot of people are feeling now that they've had big games to install on the console. I mean, PS5 has limited hard drive space as it is. Now we don't have any expandable storage until later, maybe even into the summer. Next up is the fact you can't transfer games easily or even at all. The experience just seems more fine-tuned and ready on Xbox, which is something that the article continues to mention again and again, even with backwards compatibility, which is something the article says right here. Another big reason I've spent more time on my Xbox is backwards compatibility. Sure, almost every PS4 game works on PS5, but no PS3 or PS2 games work on the new machine. Over on the Xbox, I've been playing Xbox 360 games, Xbox One games, and even an original Xbox game. They look great too, thanks to the Auto HDR feature built into the new Xbox. And recently, older games got even better on the Xbox Series X with the FPS boost feature. It's still limited, but being able to play through new Super Lucky's Tale at 120 FPS was fantastic. The Master Chief Collection also runs at 4K 120 FPS and has become one of my most played games of 2021. It's also nifty that I can bounce over to the PC to keep making progress on my account. Now, I just made a video about Xbox and how the boosted performance has been a major feature for them. We've talked about Jason Ronald really pushing the boundaries of this system, but a lot of people would throw that to the side, basically saying it's not that big of a deal, when in reality, it's a huge deal, and something that a lot of people tend to care about. Back compat and boost in performance and the Auto HDR are all huge features. I've seen the Auto HDR kick in, I've seen the boost in FPS, and I have to say, it's a welcome addition to the console. And best of all, it's free. It's free to me as a gamer. I don't have to pay extra and I don't have to do anything other than download my game and just play it. That's the whole point. Things just work on Xbox. And that's just a portion of the experience on that ecosystem. There's also the amount of content being pushed on Game Pass, which is something the article brings up here. Game Pass is another big reason why PS5 is starting to collect some dust. I just downloaded Dirt 5 to my Xbox, which was recently added to Game Pass. I didn't even turn on the console. I did it via the easy-to-use Xbox app on my phone. In fact, I could just play it on my phone via xCloud. But I'm going to wait to play it on my big dumb 4K TV with 120 FPS mode enabled. So, to close this video out, I just want to say that everything in this article is pretty much true. Game Pass is amazing, and I've also downloaded Dirt 5 and played the medium. I've truly had so many great experiences on my Xbox Series X, it's really made me think that Xbox is trying to find every type of gamer and give them a reason to own their console. And so far, with all the games, features, back compat, and of course boosted performance, they're doing just that. And this is a far cry from last generation where everyone couldn't get their attention away from Sony's PS4 and everyone chose that console no matter what. But this generation has started off very different and the continued support for Microsoft and Xbox is only going to get better. Let's hope that Xbox continues to put their foot on the gas because they're truly impressing a lot of people. Not just gamers, not just Xbox fans, but people that play the game, people that use their console consistently, media types, everybody that's used the Xbox Series X that I've talked to has been thoroughly impressed. The frame rates, the performance, the way the console is, the quick resume, all the features they continue to put on there is just insane. And if you're subscribed to Xbox Game Pass, all of those experiences are just enhanced because you're getting so many games. I've said this before on Twitter, I've said it on our podcast, I've said it everywhere. Game Pass is truly making me an Xbox fan for a longer period of time. I'm on the console a lot more, I'm trying new games, my gamer score is going up because I'm just enjoying the experience and the ecosystem I have. Everything about it's just fun. I enjoy playing Game Pass, I enjoy playing Dirt 5, and a lot of other games like the Medium that I would never give the time of day to, but I am because Game Pass has it and I can just play them. But I want to know what you think about all of this. Do you agree with the article? Are you playing with the Xbox Series X over the PS5? Which ecosystem do you prefer? Do you wish Sony offered something like Xbox's Game Pass? What console are you playing more right now that's making you go back to the ecosystem? Go down below and let me know. And I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, please hit that subscribe button and that like button. The support helps out the channel more than you know. And give me a follow on Twitter at Zalker87. I'm always on there talking games and sharing my latest videos. Plus, I love interacting with everyone there, so get on Twitter and let's talk about gaming. Also, follow me on Xbox Live. My gamer tag is Zalker87, just like my channel name. See what games I'm playing, and let's compete in achievements for the month. Right now, I'm playing a lot of Dirt 5. I'm having a really good time with it. I know it's not as good as Forza Horizon 4, and the graphics aren't as good, and the performance isn't as good, but the game's really fun. I've enjoyed the maps, the cars look cool, and there's some levels that I really enjoyed. So I really recommend you check that out since it's on Game Pass and a lot of fun, to be truthful. And The Medium. I know this game's a little bit of a horror flick, but you know what? I'm really enjoying it. I think the story's pretty cool. The animations are not that bad. And honestly, it's a little gruesome and kind of cool to play. So I recommend people check that out. But let me know what you're playing. I want to know what everyone's playing. Are you working on something through Game Pass? Are you playing on your PlayStation? Or are you working on something through Game Pass on PC? Let me know down below, because that's what we're here for, to talk about gaming. And that's all for now. Thanks for watching. And until next time, remember, enjoy your gaming. Later.